morning. Welcome to your yoga practice. Hope you're good. So let's start with a comfortable seat. Use a block or a pillow. Elevate the seat so your hips are slightly higher than your knees. Then close your eyes. And let's start breathing deeply all the way down to the belly. Make your seat nice and heavy. Relax your arms, the elbows. Relax your face, the jaw, your eyeballs. Just make sure the whole body starts to soften. And from here, direct the breath all the way down to the belly. Inhale. And exhale, let go. If your mind is busy, then breathe up and down the spine. So with the inhalation, breathe up your spine. And with the exhalation, slowly down. And then repeat that on your own. Inhale and exhale. If you want, you could add the pelvic floor. So at the very next exhalation, at the very end, gently press the air out. Lift the pelvic floor and inhale. After the inhalation, release the belly, release the pelvic floor, exhale. At the very end of the exhalation, lift the pelvic floor, gentle lift in the belly, inhale, and softly exhale. Inhale. Good, and continue, inhale, gentle lift in the pelvic floor and the low belly, up the spine. And then exhale, release that softly, bring the breath down the spine. One more time, inhale, lift in the pelvic floor, up the spine. Exhale, release. Now continue on your own. In and out. Good, and slowly open your eyes. And inhale, bring your arms overhead. And exhale, bring them in cactus arm to your sides. Inhale, open them to the back, nicely open the chest. And exhale, bring your underarms together, maybe round the spine a bit. And repeating, inhale, open your arms to the sides, look up maybe. Make sure the neck is free at all times here. And exhale, close. Inhale again, open your arms to cactus, open the chest, reach the heart, and exhale, close. Inhale, open, last time. And then exhale, bring the right arm across the body with the left hand, gently help the arm to move to the other side. Keep on breathing. Exhale, release, bring your arms back up. Inhale, open to cactus. Exhale, other side, left arm across to the right arm is helping. Breathe. Inhale, one last time, open your arms to the sides in cactus. Open the chest, look up, and then exhale, release that, and come out of the seat and come all fours. Align your shoulders just over your wrists and the hips, over your knees. Press the floor and find some nice cat-cow movements around the spine. Exhale, look to the navel. And inhale, chest forward, sit bones towards the ceiling. Two more. Last time, exhale, round. Inhale, look forward. Good, and then tuck your toes and gently find the first downward facing dog. And make sure your hands are shoulder width and you really grab the mat to
Get a bit pressure out of the wrist. Lengthen through the arms. Keep the knees bent for now. You can try to externally rotate your upper arms and let the head be free. Just hang right in between your arms. And then try to lift the sit bones towards the ceiling. So there is a natural curve here in the low back and you feel a hollow space in the low belly. Now engage the quads. Every time you open the hamstrings, you need to engage your quadriceps and then start to lengthen the legs. So push through the heels towards the floor. The heels don't have to make it to the floor, but work into that direction. Length through the whole of your spine. Push into the fingertips. Maybe even lift a bit in the wrists. Good. And then slowly bring the knees down. Look in between your hands and bring the right foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, come a bit deeper, but make sure you have space here in the low back. Now start reaching your heart towards the ceiling. And like you did in the beginning, open your arms. The cactus arms, just feel freedom here around the shoulder girdle. Look up, but do not compress your neck. So just with your eyes more. And then release. Place your hands down, bring the leg back, and then just switch. Left foot forward. Inhale, low lunge. Open your arms, push into the back foot to lift the heart a bit higher. Neck is free. Good, and then release. Place your hands down, bring the leg back, tuck your toes, and find downward facing dog again. Really lengthen the whole back side of your body. And even try to melt the part in between your shoulder blades a bit more towards the floor. And then with an inhalation, come forward to a plank pose. Shoulders align over your wrists and the heels are just above the big toe mound. Press back. Slight bend in the elbows. Inhale here. You can always bring the knees down here, or you keep them lifted. Exhale, lean into the toes and then slowly bend in the elbows. Elbows close to the body, all the way down. Press your feet down, lift the kneecaps, push the pubic bone down, and then roll up into cobra. So you can see if it feels too narrow in the shoulders, you could open the hands a bit wider, roll the shoulders to your ears and back, and then slowly roll up. Hold your cobra, shoulders pull down, so the neck also here is free. Not too much pressure in the hands, so your back needs to work, but this could also be here. So just feel where it makes sense to your body this morning. Inhale. And then exhale, hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, press on all fours, and then back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, lengthening. So push through the hands, lengthen all the way up to the sit bones, and then from the sit bones to the heels. And exhale slowly again, bring the knees down on all fours, bring the right foot forward. Similar, low lunge, come up. This time, exhale, bring the hands to your heart, lean forward, and then find a twist to your right. So you make a connection between arm and the knee presses into the arm. Hands can press on each other, and you turn the shoulders away from the hips. If you feel strong, tuck the back toe, and then start straightening the back leg. The left hip wants to drop here, so bring it back up. The spine is long. Inhale, lift in the pelvic floor, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good, and the next exhalation, look to your front foot. Release the hands and bring both hands now on the inside of that right foot. Open the right foot for a lizard lunge. So you can be here with the left knee lifted. You can also bring the left knee down. Keep the right knee close to the body though, and then just sway here. Work a bit into the hip flexor. If you don't feel enough, you can also come down on your underarms, but often this is already plenty. Good, now push into the hands, straighten the back leg and bring the right foot back into plank. Hold the plank. And then push to downward facing dog. Inhale in your dog. And exhale, lower the knees back down. Second side, bring the left foot forward. Low lunge first. Once you have it stable, bring the hands in front of the heart, lean a bit forward, and then with a straight spine, twist to your left. Good. Again, connection between leg and arm. Press the knee into the arm, hands into prayer. You can stay here, or you can start straightening the back leg without letting the right hip drop too much. Good, and then use that breathing pattern from the beginning. Inhale, lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, twist. Good. And when you're ready, exhale, you look to the front foot. You release the hands, bring them to the inside of that foot. Maybe open the foot a bit wider and work a bit into the hips. You can also make little circles here. As we said, you can bring the knee down. So find a position that feels beneficial and hang out here. A total of about 5 breaths. Good, and to come out, step back to plank pose. Hold in the plank. And then again, like we did before, lower slowly to the floor, knees lifted or not. Maybe widen the hands a bit and then roll up into a cobra using your back strength. Hug the elbows in. Head is last to lift. And then release. Hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes. All fours, downward facing dog. And then from your dog, just walk the feet to your hands. Slowly. Place the feet hip width apart, toes are slightly turned in, hands on the shins. Halfway lift. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. In the fold, make sure you bring the shoulders down the back. Knees slightly bend and the thighs are really active here. Press into the feet and then slowly come all the way up. Arms reach overhead. And then find your mountain pose. Just for a moment, weight evenly distributed on the feet, knees slightly bent. Calm breathing cadence. Now let's add some standing postures. Bring the weight to the right foot, bring the left knee into chest, and then a big step back, lowering the left heel for warrior two. So with warrior two, we work with hips aligned to the side. But first make sure the right knee is over your ankle or behind. It doesn't go over the ankle. And the knee points straight forward. It tends to move inwards. Don't allow that. Make sure it points straight to the front. Once that's set, you can open the hips to the side more, but just avoid bringing the knee in. Align your shoulders over your hips like you would standing. And the arms are parallel to the floor, or if you have neck tension, have them slightly higher. Make sure that you don't collapse in the back foot, so you push to the outside of the left foot. The gaze is over the right hand, straight forward. Couple of breaths, warrior two. Good. From here, turn the front hand so the palm is facing the ceiling. Left hand to the left leg, and then reach over your head. You can look up and make sure the neck is long and free so you don't collapse in the neck. Lean back, sideline stretch. And then come back, bring the hands to your hips. Now turn both feet in, heels out to go into a forward fold. Shoulders down the back. Reach the heart, push the hips a bit forward. And now bring the weight to the ball of the feet. Engage the quads, slight bend in the knees. Strong belly, slowly come forward. Folding. So you can leave the hands on the hips. So you can also bring the hands down if you have to reach. If they make it to the floor, it could also be on fingertips. And then just fold in. Shoulders away from your ears. Couple of breaths into the backside of the legs. Keep the quads engaged. Good. And then halfway lift, inhale. Bend the knees, strong belly, hands back to the hips, and then slowly, good, come back up, roll the shoulders back. And now turn the left foot out. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Bend the left knee, warrior two. So watch the knee, then open the hips, align the shoulders, bring your arms up, gaze over your front hand, couple of breaths. Good, and then flip the front hand, the right hand down, left arm over your head, chin close to the body. And release, bring the hands back to the hips. Now turn the toes out and the heels in. And now weight to the heels, sit a bit deeper. So the feet are about 45 degrees, point to the corners of your mat. Hands in front of the heart. And now you can go super deep or not so much. So just feel what makes sense. Strong in the legs, lengthens through the tail. So you pivot the pelvis a little bit. Push the knees out. Good, straighten your legs. And now turn the back foot in again. Turn the right foot out. Good, keep that front leg straight. You can micro bend it a bit. Bring the left hip up, arms straight. You go into Trikonasana, reach forward. Once you can't go anywhere, bring the right arm down and the left arm up. So avoid to lean forward like you would be on a wall. And then from here, you can work to go deeper. One day the hand makes it to the floor, but that's not, you don't have to aim for that. Rather work on reaching your arms away from each other, lengthening through the sidelines and bringing the sit bones under the body. If you wish, you can look up to the top hand. Also here, chin stays close to your body. And with an exhalation, just gaze to the front foot, bend that knee, and then come back up. Prasarita again, toes in, heels out. This time try to hold opposite elbows if that works. Or you could also, like we said, interlace the fingers, leave the palms open and leave the elbows bent. And then slowly here, find the fold. And just let the arms do whatever they want. You can, when they work towards bringing them overhead, but just see and respect your natural boundaries for now, and then breathe here. 2 more times, 2 more cycles. And then release the hands, bring the hands back on the hips, bend in the knees slowly. Come back up. Turn the front foot out, the left foot out. Good, Trikonasana, second side. So keep a micro bend in that front knee, arms parallel to the floor. Lean over that front leg, lift the right hip a bit up. And then pivot your arms, right arm up, left arm down. Trikonasana. You can look up, chin close to your shoulder or not. You can also gaze straight ahead or towards the floor. So the arms are like in warrior two, one straight line. Good, push into the feet. Slowly make your way back out of it. Turn now the toes out and the heels in. This time, again, weight in the heels, bend in the knees. Hold on to the knees, and with the hands, open the knees a bit wider. You can hang out here. You can also move a bit. If you want to add a shoulder stretch, you can bring one shoulder to center, then back out. Other side. And back to center. And then start straightening your legs again. Good. Now make your way to the front of the mat. Mountain pose. So even weight distribution on your feet, slight bend in the knees. Now find that gaze point that's stable. We do tree pose. Gentle lift in the pelvic floor and keep that slow breathing cadence. Shift away to the left foot and then bring the right foot on top of the left, or with your calf or with your thigh. never with the knee. Make a connection, push the leg into the thigh, and you can bring the hands in front of the heart. You can stay here, or you can also open your arms or bring them above your head. Good, then release the foot. And then one more time, big step to the back. Now for warrior one, lower the right heel to the floor. So the back foot slightly turned in, the feet are hip width apart. So with warrior one, we align the hips to the front. Also here, make sure the knee doesn't pass the ankle, above or a little bit behind. Bring the right hip a bit forward, the left hip a bit back. And your anchors through the right outer foot. If the heel is lifting, then lift it for now and work towards lengthening that heel down. Good. And then inhale into the back bend. Really open your arms. Let the whole front side be wide. You could also try to bring the hands behind the skull. And release. Step the right foot forward, mountain pose. And then we switch, bring the weight to the right foot. And then find tree pose. Same foot position like before. Make sure the hips are aligned, shoulders are aligned. Again, maybe you want to open. Good. Now once you're ready or you feel even, compared to the other side, bring the hands back down, bring the left knee to chest, and then big step back, warrior one, other side, feet hip width apart. And then watch the right knee, bring the left hip a bit forward, right hip a bit back. So the hips don't have to make it all the way to the front. You can adjust that by turning the upper body to the front. And then find your back bend expression, could be open arms, could be hands closed. There's so many variations. So find one where you can feel, you find a chest opener, shoulder girdle opens. Couple of breaths here. Good, and release, step forward. Tree pose, no, not tree pose, mountain pose. Open the feet a bit wider. Inhale, arms up. Bend in the knees, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Slowly, knees or no knees, all the way to the floor. Roll up into a cobra, could also be a wide-handed cobra or on the fingertips. Roll up, just hold here for a moment. Lift one more time. And then bring your hands under the shoulders, press back into a seat. So you can bring the feet to one side, make yourself comfortable on the mat, bring the legs forward. And straighten the left leg. Here, if you feel the hips are going backwards, then elevate the seat using that pillow or a blanket. And then bring the right foot over the left knee. Lengthen the spine. And with the left hand, you can hold on to that leg and bring the right arm back. So you find a twist towards that leg. So now the right leg, you turn towards the right. Make sure the left foot points towards the ceiling and it doesn't turn in. Exhale, counter twist briefly to the other side. And then let's change, straighten the right leg, bring the left foot over. Make sure the spine can be long. Bring maybe the right arm up first or just hold on to that leg that's standing in front of you. That's in the ankle. Bring the left arm back. Make sure the right toes point towards the ceiling and the foot doesn't turn with. 5 breaths. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist.
Good, and exhale, counter twist to the other side. Good, and then bring both legs forward, so keep a micro bend or even quite a bend in your knees. And then inhale, bring both arms up. And exhale, start folding forward, but think going forward. So you want to work on pivot the hips here, and you don't want to compromise in your back. So you can have your arms long, hold on to the legs, and just work a bit on folding forward. This could be a tiny movement. You can also bring the hands on the mat and gently pull the mat back. So it feels a bit like you're reaching through the heart forward. Keep the thighs engaged. You can push so the big toe mount forward here. And then use every exhalation to go a bit deeper. And then maybe bit by bit you add the back and start rounding the back. You can let the head hang. And this can also be up here, so it doesn't really matter. It's about calming the nervous system and working on folding forward. And then also slowly release here. Place the feet on the mat and then roll back on your back. We do pigeon on our back. So place the right foot just above the left knee and then lift the head and grab your thigh. Or maybe you could grab the shin, but it could also just be the thigh. You can interlace the fingers. Keep the right foot flexed and then start bringing the left knee towards the left shoulder. You can bring the head down, make sure the neck is long so you don't push the chin forward too much. You can also try to release the right hand and start pushing the right knee away from you gently. Good, and then release. Bring the right foot down, bring the left foot on top of the right knee. Lift the head, hold on to the thigh, maybe change the grip of the hand. And then start bringing the right knee towards the right shoulder. Left foot is flexed and you bring the left knee away from you. That could also just be a little move from the hip, or you use the left hand to help a bit with that. And release. Now bring both knees to your chest. Hold on just below the knees and bring them towards the chest, and then start opening the knees to the side. Elbows are bent until the elbows eventually make it to the floor. Now flex the feet and start pushing the feet away from you while pulling the knees in. So the low back is now quite flat on the mat. And now you can bring the soles of your feet together and just bring the feet on the mat and let the knees go wide. If this feels like too much in the pelvis, you could bring pillows on either side of your legs. You can have the arms to the sides like this, or you group your elbows above the head.
Good, and then release the hands. You can let the legs go, one leg at a time. Let your arms go, and then just lie here in Shavasana, a couple of minutes. Just let everything go. And slowly start to move the fingers and your toes. Start stretching. Maybe you want to roll to one side. And then from here, gently come back to a seated position. It's nice in the end to come back to the position you started your practice. Let's bring your hands in prayer. Close your eyes one more time. And just check in with yourself these last few moments. How does your body feel after practice? How is the quality of your breath? What's the quality of your mind? And even ask yourself, how are you? We often don't ask ourselves that. It's nice to check in with yourself in the beginning of class and then in the end again. Thank you so much for practicing. I wish you a wonderful day ahead. See you soon. Namaste. Thank you.